So it's Monday, Mindset Monday to be exact, and I'm so excited to finally be joining you guys for my first Facebook Live to kind of talk to you a little bit about this journey that I'm on to write my first book. And yes, I did say first because I'm pretty sure that I'm working on others in my head as I go already. So, before I start talking to you a little bit about this journey, I just want to give you a little bit of backstory. For one, I decided that instead of showing up in October and saying, ta-da, here's my new book, that I would let you guys kind of take this roller coaster ride with me. It's been unbelievable and so exciting so far. So, what you already know is that I am Shayla. I'm Rod Sadler's wife. Been that for 9 years now. We just celebrated our anniversary the other week. I am RJ and Riley's mama. RJ is 6. Riley is 4. Well, actually, let me get it right. Half. This half thing is very important. RJ is 6.5, and Riley is 4.5. Um, and so I am Carolyn and Shay's daughter. If you've been friends with me on Facebook any length of time, you know I consider my mom to be one of my best friends. And my dad and I have our own special journey that we're on. I am Zach Lloyd's sister, repping Chosen Generation. If you need a house built, he is your man. I'm a speech therapist. I've actually been in business for myself for the past 6 years. I have been a therapist for actually 12 years, and I work primarily with 2 and 3-year-olds who have difficulty talking for a variety of reasons. I'm a Mary Kay consultant. You know I love my MK. And so, yeah, those are things that you know about me, but those are actually not any of the reasons why God called me to write a book. And yes, God, this was a God idea. And so I don't know about you, but God finds his times when he can speak to me, and they are, they usually happen, my aha moments actually happen in the bathtub. So I know, a little bit crazy, but I think it's because I go so much that sitting still and quiet in the bathtub is when God knows I can actually hear him talk to me. So, so I had this aha moment in the bathtub a couple of months ago that I was going to write a book. And at this stage in life, I know better than to question God. So I was just kind of like, oh, okay, really? Wonder what that's going to be about. And I kind of left it alone. But some of the things that you may not know about me are actually the tugs and the pulls as to how and why I decided to write a book. So let's see, what else could I tell you? Pink is my favorite color. I'm a lover of coffee. I'm a lover of coffee in a pink cup. That's even better. Peppermint gum is my addiction. I have a new addiction of sparkling water. But in addition to those kinds of things, the things that I need you to know is that honestly, I'm a wife that has been stuck in my marriage before. Like, I've gone through seasons where I didn't exactly want a divorce, but I really didn't know how I was going to stay married to my husband. You know, like, I loved him, but there were days that I just didn't really like him. And, like, sometimes there were days, like, grouped together, like a lot of them back to back, where I just didn't really like them. And so if you can relate to that at all, you can just type in the comments, You don't really have to, like, go into detail and tell us, but if you can relate. I am a mom. I'm actually a mom who prayed for my babies. I had 2 miscarriages before RJ came, and so I tell people all the time that RJ is the reminder for me that God hears and answers prayers. And Riley is the reminder that he'll give you the desires of your heart. So I absolutely love being a mom, and parenthood is everything I thought it would be, and it's been a whole lot more. So I was totally prepared for late nights, breastfeeding, belly laughs, and first, and trips to the park, and memories to last a lifetime. However, I wasn't exactly prepared for tantrums, meltdowns, strong will, therapy, surgery, and all of those other things that are never in any book that you read as a parent, right? Um, I'm actually a recovering perfectionist and overthinker. And so if you can relate, remember, just type in the comments below. But I am. I'm one of those people that used to be able to just get so caught up in all of the details and the ever draining need to have it all figured out. Yep, I'm that girl. Um, I'm actually someone who in the past have set completely unrealistic expectations for myself and beat myself up when I didn't meet them. But as a result, I also was able to set unrealistic expectations for other people often in my life, and somehow I still managed to beat myself up when they didn't meet them. So, yep, those are the things that that's the truth about me. I sometimes can be my absolute worst critic. I have struggled in the past with self love and self care and pouring from an empty cup, having enough for everybody else and always keeping a full plate, but taking me off the plate whenever it was too full for me to juggle everything that was on it. So, again, if you can relate, just type in the comments below. I'm a girl who from 2008 to 2013 trained and ran 3 half marathons. Not because I was a runner, but because I'm a little crazy and you have to be crazy to run. But in 2016, I gained almost 20 pounds in a single year from internalizing stress and not dealing and being an emotional eater and all of those things. So those are some of the reasons why God called on my heart to write a book. And I know you're probably thinking, like, what does all that even have to do with each other? But all of those things actually relate because I had to at some point change my mindset in order to change the way all of those things are happening in my life. So one thing I know about me is I know my purpose, right? And so that's amazing because it took me probably 39 years, if I'm completely honest, to understand it completely. I've always walked in it, but if you can relate, that there's one thing to know your purpose, there's another thing to walk in your purpose, and there's something else completely to fully walk in your purpose. So although I know that my purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower others, I have not walked fully in that purpose. So I'm actually a girl too who's played small with God before. And what I had to come to realize is I do not want to be the person that returns to God still full of all that He's given me. You know, I'm a girl who, from the outside, has looked at times like my life is great and it's all been going good, and maybe there were some smooth times in there, but I went to bed at night questioning, like, is this all that there is to life? So if you can relate, remember, in the comments below. But one thing I know, though, is in all of that, the lessons that I've learned, they weren't meant for just me, right? They were actually meant for me to share so that other women could grow too. And so that is how I came to be writing this book. I happen to believe that transparency is a lost art. And it's not that I think that Facebook needs another person to come on and tell about their trauma or be messy or anything like that. But I do strongly believe in my heart that there are a group of women out there that need to be empowered to just be real. You know, they need a cheerleader from time to time. They need a listening ear. They need somebody who's willing to say, girl, I get it, because I was a hot mess too. And speaking of hot mess, so there's a very funny story behind that coin. So about a year and a half ago, my husband and I were just randomly in the house one afternoon, and he said, I think you should write a blog. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, I was watching this episode of Good Morning America, and it was a lady on there who calls herself a life strategist. And she talks about how she just helps people figure out where they are in life and get their stuff together. And I think you would be great at that. You do that with your friends and people all the time. People listen to you and people want to talk to you. And I was like, I don't think so. And he was like, yeah, I really think you should think about it. And I said, no, listen, honey, I'm a hot mess, just trying to barely, keep it together myself. I don't have time to write about it. And I completely, like, just dismissed it. And as a matter of fact, a couple of days later, I was on the telephone talking to one of my friends, and I'm fussing. I'm like, girl, I need this dude to get his life together so we can get our life together. And he has the nerve to tell me I need to start a blog. Like, what? And I'm telling her, the whole story. And I'm like, what's the blog going to be? I'm a hot mess found by God's grace. And she's like, oh, I think that's kind of catchy. I actually like that. And I'm like, hello, I'm fussing here. You're not supposed to be agreeing with him and co-signing that this is a good idea. I'm trying to fuss about my husband being crazy because he thinks I need to start a blog. Well, here we are a year and a half later, and I am doing my first live video blog. So imagine that. And the moral in that story, honest to goodness though, is that you never know who God will use to get your attention and to send you a message. And you don't want to be the person that waits a year and a half and disregards God's message. You have to be very careful of being the person that is praying to God with an answer to your prayer already in mind. Because sometimes when that happens, you don't even realize the answers because you're so busy looking someplace else for them. And God's answering your prayers, and he's waiting on you to move, and you're waiting on him to answer the prayer. So I'm not going to preach about that tonight. But, so on to the journey about the book, right? So the title of the book is Reframe, Pivot, Persist. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can always control how you respond to it. So for me, in different stages of my life, I have just been mentally stuck, like overwhelmed by my emotions, unable to move forward, or so focused on the wrong aspect of the situation that I couldn't get myself out of the situation. And so we've all heard that cliche statement before, change your mind, change your life. Well, for me, it was like, but how? Like, how do I do that? Like, I don't want to be stuck. Like, what does that look like? What am I supposed to do? How am I supposed to change, right? So for me, that ended up being a process. And I refer to it as the RPP process, reframe, pivot, persist. So reframe means to simply just change the way you're looking at the situation. Pivot means to take some sort of action, to move, right? My thing right now, thanks to my coach, my life coach, is move in the direction of the thing it is you are asking for, right? Don't stay stuck, move. And then persist simply means to just keep going no matter what. So that's what the book is going to be about. And I'm going to show up each Monday night for the next couple of months and dive into it a little bit, chapter by chapter. Hope that you guys will join me, and we will really look at what does reframing actually look like, and what does it mean to pivot, and how sometimes do you persist and keep going in spite of the situation that you're in. So I've got these comments coming up over here on the side. So let me see if I can figure this thing out. You guys bear with me because you know I've not done this before. Oh, hey, Kamitrin, and Lisa, and Claudia, and Amanda, and Paula, and Pam, and Jaquita. Oh, wow, look at all of that. And DeVecchio. Hi, guys, and Miss Tam. Good to see y'all. So yeah, Mindset Mondays is going to be all about the steps that you can take to continuously change the way you think. And in changing the way you think, I promise you, it will change your life. So, before I go, quotes are one of my favorite things. So I want to leave you with a quote. So this week's quote is courtesy of my life coach, Precious Bivens, Surrender, Work, Live, Coaching and Accountability. Shout out to her. And that quote is, your perspective determines your opportunities. So I want you to think about that. Your perspective determines your opportunities. So simply put, change your perspective and your opportunities will change as a result. So I challenge you this week to challenge your thinking and to control your thoughts and not allow your thoughts to control you. So I am signing off, and we'll see you guys next Monday. Good night.